Hello, welcome, darling friends. Thank you for being with me. My name is Cindy St. Martine, and I am a certified angel therapist and holistic healer for the mind, body, spirit, and soul. And you're watching my weekly angel card reading for the week of December 7th, 2014. So I thank you for being with me. You bless me by watching and sharing my videos. And in return, because you create a wonderful karma, you are also likewise blessed. So it's wonderful how that works, and I am extremely grateful for that. I hope you had a wonderful week last week, and this week will be just as wonderful. Of course, I am recording on Saturday, on the 6th of December, and tonight's the night of the full moon. It's a Gemini moon, and it's time to really pay close attention to, again, changes always come with the full moon, but we really want to, it empowers us to really look inside of us, and we have this great awareness of what's inside of us, and this is a wonderful, wonderful time, especially when we're coming toward the end of the year, for us to really know exactly and see ourselves in the way we truly feel. So that's great. So I will select one card from 3 different decks, and then I'll select a prayer card from Archangel Michael. I had already called on God, the Ascendant Masters, the angels and archangels to be with me, and because of law of attraction and my intentions, I cannot pick a wrong card. So I'm going to start off with the Angel Tarot cards, and we'll see what our first card for the week is. I know most of you are preparing for the holidays, whichever holiday you celebrate. Some of us don't celebrate any holiday, and that's okay too. That's not a problem. So those who are preparing for Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa, I hope you're finding peace and happiness and joy and no frustrations with it. I know my daughter and me are going to start baking some cookies tomorrow. Some holiday cookies. Okay, this card flipped over, and this is the card I'm going to use, and it's the Ego card. And it reads, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. The ego. I love talking about the ego. I don't love the ego, but I love talking about it. The ego, EGO, stands for edging God out. And the ego is everything that's negative. It's worry, it's fear, it's doubt, finding faults, either with ourselves or with others, blaming, jealousy, hatred. All those feelings are negative. Any negative thought is the ego. And sometimes we don't even realize the ego is in control, that we allow our ego to have, just by simply says, boy, she needs to change her attitude. Well, that's finding a fault with someone. That's ego. Because everything that's based on love, everything that's based on divine power, we don't see that in others. We see people for who they are, and we bless them for that. For that's who they're supposed to be in this lifetime. I always say that we're perfect. Every single one of us are perfect. And I know many of you say, well, I'm not perfect. And I'm telling you, you are. You are perfect. Because God doesn't make anything imperfect. So we're all perfect. If you know someone who's mean and nasty, I bet you they're perfect at being mean and nasty. So they're perfection in who they are. Who we all are, there is perfection. And you cannot compare yourself with anyone else. That's ego. When we see perfection in us, and we see that God's love is in every single one of us, because at the time of conception, we were given all the gifts of God. The gifts of love, kindness, patience, understanding, wisdom, confidence. These are all gifts that God has given us at the time of conception. And then when we're born, we worry about the ego. We forget about our gifts. And what we need to do is open these gifts that God has given us every single day and use them on ourselves. Love ourselves, and then we can love others. Should use the gifts on others. So the ego, false sense of entrapment. It's false. Let the ego go. Every day try and surrender that ego to God. Say, God, take this ego. I don't want it. And then ask your angels to help you recognize when the ego is coming into play. Being overly focused on material things. Those of us who are divine, don't worry about material things. We know they will be provided for. There's no worry, there's no doubt, because God provides everything that we need. And that's being divinely guided and in the knowing. And then, of course, negative and fear-based thoughts. We want to get rid of them, all of them. Know that you are deserving. Know, again, I'm jumping all around here and I apologize. When we have these ego-type thoughts, negative thoughts, they create a karma. So if you say, let's say you say, I'll always be poor. Well, you're right. You just made that confirmation. You created a karma and that reality that's going to happen. But if you make this affirmation every day and say, I live in abundance. The universe and God provides everything that I need. I'm never without. If you say these things in abundance, then you're going to see your life change. You're going to see you're going to have enough money to pay your bills. And you make these affirmations that you live in abundance of love and kindness and patience. These really, really, really work. I put this into practice all the time. All the time. What I say to you, I actually do. And I live a very happy and abundant life. Now, of course, some people look at materialistic things as far as being abundant. I'll tell you the truth. When you live a divine life, you don't need a big fancy house. You don't need a big fancy car. You don't need it. But you have everything that you do need with that. So, okay, the next set of cards are the romance cards. And this is really good, the ego card in light of the full moon, to really take a look at our ego, our thoughts. Part of loving ourselves, which is the highest energy of all, part of loving ourselves is really caring what we feed our mind, body, spirit, and soul. So you only want to feed your mind good thoughts, not negative thoughts, because that's really loving yourself. And how you treat you is how others are going to treat you. If you really love yourself and respect yourself, then others are going to treat you the same way, because you create a karma. You let the universe, you let God know how you want to be treated. And they send you people to treat you in that way. So loving yourself is caring what you feed your mind, body, spirit, and soul. What you feed your mind, what comes out of your mouth. What you feed your body. Good food, Those things we want to work on with that. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I got all excited there. I'm passionate about the angels and spirituality and how the universe works and how simple life is. I'm very passionate and I love sharing it with those like-minded people, open-minded, like-minded people like you. So, okay, so I'm shuffling the romance cards and we'll see what the romance angels have to tell us, okay? Okay, I'm going to cut the deck. Card says very soon. Yay! Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That's one great thing of creating our reality, creating our karma. Deciding exactly what you want, but keep it positive, not negative. Don't say, I don't want someone who cheats on me. If you're looking for a relationship. What you would say is, because now you're bringing that kind of thing to you, what you want to say, I want someone who's faithful, who's adoring, who's loving. You pick the positive things that you want and say, I don't accept anything less than that. That's the affirmation that you want. And you can put it in your God box. For those, I haven't talked about the God box in a while. You get a small box or container and call it your God box. And write down your prayers and affirmations and fold it up and put it in the God box. You just surrender it to God. So you want to do this. Once you change and make your mind positive and stay positive thinking, knowing that it's going to manifest in the perfect timing. And stay positive in that way. So very soon you can. Now just get rid of the ego. And then very soon things will happen. That darn ego ruins everything. The next set of cards are life purpose cards, and we'll see. You know, before I pick which cards I want, I got a whole bunch of them. I scan them. Whatever the concept pops out at me, those are the ones I use for our weekly reading. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck. It's the healer card. And I love this. It says, you have the spiritual gift of healing and desire to share it with others. I always say we're all earth angels on this earth. And we have the ability to heal each other. And the best way to heal each other is with love. Don't find, here goes surrendering. If you surrender the ego, then you're able to heal. Bring healing into situations. You know, if you have a choice of being right or being kind, always choose being kind. You don't have to prove yourself that you're right to anyone. You don't have to get into a situation or argument. Just be kind and say, thank you for letting me know your thoughts. I'll take them into consideration. And then you're kind. And then you send this kindness. You just healed the situation of whatever disagreement that may have happened. Anything. You heal, sending love and blessings. If someone comes to you and they're angry at you and they're frustrated, regardless whether you know them or not, and they're yelling and screaming at you, and they're suffering. So you're going to add to their suffering by arguing back with them, or you're going to heal them. You know, this is going back months ago. I was in a lot of traffic, and the traffic was moving very, very slowly. So what happened was, I don't know how I did this, but I accidentally tapped the bumper to the person in front of me. And they came out of their car yelling and screaming at me, calling me, what am I, an idiot? How could I do this? What's wrong with me? And calling me all these things like that. And they're looking at their bumper. Of course, everything was fine. There was no damage, just a little tap. I might have been looking at a bird or something. Who knows? That I was distracted. And so I tapped their bumper. And he's yelling and screaming at me and all this. And I kept saying, are you okay? Are you all right? And he's yelling at me. I forget everything that they said because I just dismiss it. And he's yelling at me. And all I kept thinking was, you know what? God sent this person to me so I can bless them. They need blessings. They're suffering. Obviously, he's not a happy person. So God will send you people for you to bless and heal. And this is how you have to look at that. So I blessed him, and I kept sending him more and more. All day long, I kept sending him blessings to help him find peace and happiness. The whole time. I didn't get into an argument with him. I smiled at him, and I kept saying, are you okay? Are you all right? And he's yelling and screaming at me. I was more concerned that he was okay than anything else. But his thing was, of course, it was very ego. So when people come to you and they're impatient or yelling or screaming, I do believe God sends us them so we can heal them. So the healer card is very important. So this week there's the ego might flare. It might be our own ego. It might be somebody else's ego. Okay? But we need to release that and let it go. And of course, I detached all the negative energies from that man away from me. You know, I cut him away. I said, there's no attachment to it. So detach that ego. And then very soon, when we decide what we want in a positive way, then things happen. Because we're a healer. It's time for healing. And especially during the holiday time, people need that extra healing. They need that extra hug, that understanding, that patience, and that kindness. You know, I didn't want to add to that man's suffering. You know, I wanted to bring him peace, and I wanted to bring him healing. And that's what I hope he had found peace later that day. I don't know, but I sent it to him. So the last set of cards are the Archangel Michael prayer cards, and we'll see what our prayer is for the week. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck. The card is Explore Your Options. And it reads, Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. Okay. This is great. This card is perfect if we add help you to recognize your ego. Okay? Understand your ego and assess and understand the divine and the will of the divine and the will of the ego. To understand your alternative options. There, you don't have to go with the ego. To your alternative options that will absolutely, when you go with anything that's divine, anything that's based on love, your health, happiness, and life purpose enhances so much better. I think this is a wonderful prayer card to go with our reading and for the Gemini full moon today. So it's really good. Now with this Gemini full moon too, you can be like changing your mind. You can't make a decision. It could be tough making a choice and decision, and this is a great card, of course, exploring your options before you make a decision. The very soon card from the romance angels, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you. So this Gemini moon can make us, flip-flop and try and decide, looking inside us, we can't figure it out, but we will figure it out. Just stay positive and things will change and enhance. It's a wonderful, wonderful moon for this. And remember, you're an earth angel. So I thank you all for being with me and watching and sharing my video. Like I said, you bless me, and in return, you are also likewise blessed. I invite you to please visit my website at cindyshealing.com. And there you'll see everything that I do. You can also connect with me with my social media sites. And you can also, if you're interested in having a private session with me, I encourage you, please do. You will be see things differently, the changes in your life, and will be enhanced. You can also purchase someone a gift for someone that you might want to give this holiday season. It's very affordable because you pick the price you can afford. There's no set price, so whatever you can afford, it will be wonderful. And we can meet through Skype, a telephone, or if you live close by, in person. You can come and see me. So whichever's happened. So I hope you take advantage of that. And every Wednesday night, I host a live webcast. If you go to my website at cindyshealing.com and click on the live chat link, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, join me. You can get a free card reading from me, ask me questions, and share your wisdom with like-minded people that are on the site. It's a wonderful time. It's in the middle of the week. This way it gives us that extra boost to keep us going. I will, because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve is on Wednesday this year, I'll probably change the dates for that, but I'll keep you posted on those dates for that. We'll change them at a different time, we'll say. But Christmas week is really, really busy for me, so I don't know, I might cancel and then go for something for New Year's, okay? All right, so thank you for being with me. Again, you bless me. I send you lots of love, blessings, and healing. And you're a healer. I send you that power. And kisses from me to you. Have a wonderful week. And, of course, I wish you namaste. Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.